Welcome back, guys. Welcome to episode 4 of this Houston Interstellar Franchise Mode here in NHL 23. Today we will be doing the trade deadline. So this team is currently being led by Patrice Bergeron with 53 points. Has a 31-24-7 record. We're in the last playoff spot. 1 point up on the Jets and 2 points up on the Wild. If you look in the Atlantic Division, they have 75, Florida has 75. So we have really just to, we have to build up. Like, they're better than our second place team in our division. So, but we more have to defend off against the Jets and the Wild in the second half of the season. But we'll see what we can do. If you look at our, let's look at our lines. I'll try to limit the amount of cuts I can in this episode, but we'll see what I can do. Majapani, Bergeron, Hartman get a +2. Eberle, Krejci, and Tippett get a +2. Hedel, Trennan, Milano, Joseph, Bailey, Comtois, bottom 6 gets a 0. Gerard and Hag +2. Addison and Carlo get a +1. And Lilligren and Jensen get a 0. And our goalies are Tristan Jarry and Caden Primo. Primo's only played 2 games for us, so I'm not going to put too much judgment onto his numbers, as he's made 31 saves on 36 shots in 2 games. So I'm not going to make a big deal out of those. I probably will trade McLeod and Yamamoto. Oh, sorry, McLeod or Yamamoto. But we'll see what's available. Well, let's say as a conservative buyer, and we'll enter the trade deadline. Let's see who is available. David Pasternak's available, 1 year, but he's an RFA, so he's not even playing. Wow. Okay. Kopitar, 1 year left. They want a first round draft pick. Let's see what. Let's see. Oh, they want 2 seconds for Anze Kopitar. That's interesting. Kopitar. Bottom 6 forward, but he's 88 overall. He would want to play on the first line. 51 points in 63 games, and you want 2 second round picks for him. What's this pick situation like? And we have a second round pick this year to get. Would you do it for our second instead of Buffalo's? Yes, okay. What's our pick like next year? We don't have, but we have 2/3. So will you do a third instead of a second? I doubt it. No, okay. Do 2 seconds, but yeah. That's a big trade, big trade. We got Anze Kopitar for 2 second round picks. Tarasenko, yes, he's on an expiring deal, but he'll help us definitely secure a playoff spot, hopefully. Ryan Ellis, Varlamov, Bobrovsky, Zuccarello, D'Angelo, Deneau. No's off the market now that Kopitar is gone. They want to move. They want to move Victor Olofsson. Interesting. No, imagine he's playing well. No thanks. I'm looking for like a bottom 6 forward. Like a Gustav Nyquist or Bob Banov. Now this would be a good trade, I think, because I'm thinking of getting rid of Yamamoto anyways. It'll be Yamamoto for Banov, which is a bit of an upgrade. Doesn't fit on any of our lines though, but he could definitely fit in a bottom 6 better than what we currently have. So let's do this. I know this won't be a very big, long episode, guys. I'm sorry, but to be honest, I'm not feeling the best today. So I don't want Calendar Miller. Okay, let's see who else is available. Eric Haller, send him in. Liam Foodie in a couple of thirds. Don't know why Liam Foodie has more trade value than Cloud, but whatever. I'm just looking at some of the stats difference. Like, McLeod's way more physical than Haller, but Haller is also a playmaker with really good puck control and passing. Deacon's about the same. Haller's way more disciplined, better offensive awareness, better poise. Yeah, let's do this trade. So those are the two people I want to get rid of. So now let's see how roster's looking. 36 out of 50 spots, $8.5 million in cap. Akapanov will be ready for next year, so. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We have Comtois, Joseph, Trennan as scratches. Okay. We'll probably change that around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. And then we can he's getting happy because of his ice time because he's in the AHL. So I could probably trade a forward for a defensive scratch. So trade someone like Stanland for a defensive scratch that I can just have in case we need it for injuries. Like Ben Sherratt. Capsies won't work, okay, that's fine. Joel Emerson. Justin Braun wouldn't be bad. Take forward. See if we can do send it for forward straight up. No. Yeah. I'm also taking on salary too, though. Anyway, let's see if I can throw in like a 6th round pick and see if I do it. Okay, if I have to give up, if a 4th won't do it, then moving on. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so I think that should be fine for this deadline. Let's look at some of the other. Let's look at some of the trades that have happened. That didn't involve us. D'Angelo and Sarnik went to Philly for a 2nd, Zvosville and a 3rd. Oscar Olesen got traded from Colorado to Arizona. Huh. For a 3rd, 2/3, and Puustinen. Wow, okay. Nick Patanen, a 3rd, came from Minnesota in exchange for Jacob Olsen, I think. Nolan Burke, and a 2nd. Zuccarello went to Boston. Wow, Minnesota's selling. For Charlie Coyle, CJ Beecher, and a 3rd. St. Louis picked up Logan Stankoven from Toronto in a 5th round pick for Oscar Sundqvist, Victor Lettieri or something like that, and Roberto Bertuzzo. Victor Olofsson, Luke Shen, and Eric Comby went to Buffalo for Sergei Bobrovsky. That's a big one. Detroit got what? Marco Kasper and Ben King went from Detroit to Chicago for Vladimir Tarasenko and Tyler Johnson. Okay, Kasperi must have good value. Or Ben King must have good value. Kamamoto, we showed that was our trade. Justin Schultz, TVR, and 2 others from Seattle for a 2nd, for 2 seconds, and Stromgren. Alexander and Sean Walker went from LA to Pittsburgh in order for 2nd, 3rd, and Tristan Lennox. Nybeck and a 6th went to Montreal for Wideman, 4th, and a 7th for Montreal. Tyler Madden and a 2nd went to Montreal from Arizona for a 3rd, Joel Emerson, and 2 others. Vancouver picked up a 3rd, Tyler Boyd, and a 6th round pick from Philadelphia in order for Andre, a 4th, and a 7th. Interesting. So far that's all that's been happening. Fleury still available, Varlamov still available, Swayman, Miller, Talbot, Weimer. Bouchard is in the, because he's another one that's not playing this year. What do you want? What did they want for Nyquist? Mangiapane, Beauvillier, Joseph, yeah, no. But yeah, I think that should be it. Not a very long episode, but we'll definitely see what our lines are going to look like. Kopitar lost morale, anxiety, that's fine. And yeah, there's the Tarasenko trade. P.S. Suter going on waivers. No thanks. It's just best lines to see what happens. I don't want Craig. If Kopitar starts to get mad over his ice time, then I'll move him back up. But I think having Bergeron and Kopitar down that middle with Hartman. Alright, so this is what our lines are gonna look like. Can pick up Eric Hall somehow. Really do want like Milano. Alright, so I think that could be pretty good center depth. So here we have Bergeron, Kopitar, Trenin, and Holler down as the center core. So our first line is going to be Krejci, Bergeron, as they get reunited, but this time with Mangiapane, +2, Everly, Kopitar, Milano, +1, Hedel, Trenin, Tippett, 0, Barabanov, Holler, and Hartman, plus Binkett to 0 as well. Gerard and Haig, Forbort, and Carlo, +2, +1 respectively, and Addison and Jensen on our bottom pair. Goalies are going to look like this: Tristan Jarry and Caden Primo. Scratch, we have Timothy Liljegren, Josh Bailey, and Matthew Joseph. Like, I know Liljegren's going to get mad, though. Okay. We needed an extra defenseman, and I think putting, let's see if we can, what happens if we let Liljegren here. Okay, you know what, we'll put Fullbart as a scratch and put Liljegren there. So, Haig, Gerard, +2, Carlo, Liljegren, +1, Addison, Jensen, 0. And then instead of Liljegren and scratch, it's going to be Fullbart. Let's just sim our first game and see how we do. Harley's getting a lot of morale for his ice time. So he's come. First period, 1-1. Kopitar scores the first goal in his first game back with us. Nudavara scores, and it's a 1-1 game after one period. Second period to play, 3-1. Yakov Trenin and Timothy Liljegren. Our depth is coming in big time. Well, not really our depth. We're coming in big time here. Let's see what the period's like. Power play for Arizona. Nothing happens. We just have to hold them off. Halfway through the third period, still 3-1. If no more goals happen, that's fine with me. But 2 more goals happen, but Kopitar gets the 2-goal game as he scores the empty net with 43 seconds left after Nick Schmaltz makes it a 3-2 game. But final score 4-2, and Kopitar in his first game with us gets 2 goals. And she's 1 assist and 4 hits for first star. Liljegren gets a goal and 8 hits for Liljegren, showing we made the right decision as he gets second star. And Jarry makes 32 saves on 34 shots for the 3rd star of the game. So yeah, this won't be a very long episode, guys. So I'm just not feeling well right now and lots going on, but yeah, I hope you guys are really enjoying the series. I will see you guys on Saturday when we will finish up the season as we make a playoff push with our new Anze Kopitar pickup. As you'll probably be playing, we'll definitely be watching 1 game, and that might be close to the end of the season, because if we are still battling with the Wild and the Jets, we don't face them ever. But our game against Predators, who we also don't face, so we don't face a lot of division rivals. But this game against the Stars might be big. Who else? Game against the Avalanche. That's too early in the season. That's 1 week before, but yeah. So we'll probably play this game here against the Dallas Stars. Makes sense. a rival again, but we already played a rival. But with that win against Seattle Flames. Ooh. So this game against the Flames might be big. Seattle as well, but we don't play Seattle. So yeah, I'm thinking either this game against Dallas or this game against the Boston Bruins. See what Boston's like. Or we go against the LA Kings, who aren't really pushing for the playoffs, but this would be also the return of Kopitar in LA, so we'll probably play one of these two games. We'll see. Probably the LA game, but yeah. But Jordan Eberle is now leading our team with 55 points, as he had 2 points in that game, I think. It must be. Well, here's our stats, if you guys didn't see it from the last episode. Bergeron didn't have a point in that game, but that's fine. Eberle must have had 2 or 3 points that game. Krejci, Barabanov, how did you do in your first game with us? -1, that's fine. 1 takeaway. Yeah, you didn't play much. 9 minutes. Yeah, because you were top 4 forward. Top 6 forward. Yo, Carla, how did you do in your first game with us? -1, 1 shot, 1 giveaway, 1 takeaway, that's fine. 4 for 6 from the faceoffs, okay. Not bad. So, hopefully you guys are enjoying the series as much as I am. And I hope to see you guys Saturday. Peace out.